The sights, the sounds, the cold brew coffee. I am back into the hustle and bustle, the concrete jungle of New York City. And today we're going to explore around New York City. I'm going to share with you how it feels to be back from New York after a month in Ireland and see how it goes. And then we might be exploring a place that I haven't actually been to yet because I've been exploring a lot. And you know, with New York, there's always something new opening up. So join me. I'm Ariel. This is Urbanist. Let me know where you're watching from. Hello everyone. Nice to see you here. Welcome. I'm Ariel. This is Urbanist. We are in the concrete jungle, the city where dreams are made of, and we are out and about. I'm starting today at the Meatpacking District, which is known for its cobblestone streets and its fashionable people walking around. I'm actually right by a place called the Soho House, which I would love to one day do a live video inside. But today we're going to explore an area that I actually haven't been to before. I have not explored it yet, so bear with me for a second. Okay. Hello, Timea. Hello, Judith. It says it's beautiful weather. It really is beautiful weather. It is very warm. I am not used to this. I was used to wearing a sweater and a raincoat, and now it's shirt weather. So yeah, I'm not used to it. Hello, Janice. Hello, Colleen. Hello, Ian. Nice to see you, Ian. I'm glad you're still tuning in after all these years. Thank you, thank you. Xander says, what a treat. Laureen, welcome, Laureen. Nice to see you here. So for the foreseeable future, at least for the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be going live every Wednesday and Saturday at 1 p.m. Today is just a bonus live because I wanted to spontaneously seize this gorgeous day today, but I will be going live every Saturday and Wednesday at 1 p.m. Back to the old schedule, and more treats for Super Urbanist. Super Urbanist is still going to get 3 more Ireland videos. And then also you get the entire back catalog, access to Ireland, Italy, Greece, and Mexico if you become a Super Urbanist right now. So this video is sponsored by the Super Urbanist, patreon.com/urbanist. Let's continue exploring. Hey George, nice to see you here. Good luck, George, good luck. Right here is the Standard Hotel. I see you managed to hang on to that butter glow, says Kay. I have indeed. I'm glad that's the case. I have indeed. Samsung has like a weird truck out here. The Samsung flagship store is actually closed. I'm kind of shocked. Hey, Panajotis. Oh, this is the Care. So this is the place to fix your phone and stuff, like the Apple Genius Bar, except it's a Care truck. Panajotis has left a €5 super chat from Greece. Kalispera, or should be Kalimera. Probably Kalispera, yeah, it's later in the day. Kalispera to you, Panajotis. Thank you so much for the super chat. Mark says, bring home any butter. If I would have brought home butter, I might have been locked up at customs for a few hours. I don't think you're allowed to bring butter. I don't think so. So no butter. But luckily we do have access to Kerrygold. Where am I supposed to go? I think I'm going too far down. Yeah, I'm going too far down for my destination today. Michelle says no jet lag. I have a special trick up my sleeve. When I take a flight during the day going from Europe back to the US, and I come at a reasonable time, say before 5 p.m. What I do first thing out of the airport, around where I'm based at, I would grab a huge cold brew coffee to wake up so I don't go to sleep too early. And kind of reset my schedule that way. That's how I do it. So we've been using a lot more Kerrygold lately, says Sil. Oh, that's awesome. Darlene says, glad to see you back. I'm glad to be back. Hey, S Fields, welcome, welcome, welcome. Ronald is here. Everyone's here. Passing through. Adam asked, what was my favorite part of Ireland? I truly loved everything, but if I were to pick one place that is just amazing, is Kilkenny. It's just a beautiful city. It's the perfect city in my opinion. It's the perfect, especially where I stayed, which was right in the center. To me, that's the perfect example of a neighborhood. Case studies to study the beauty and the community of Kilkenny. Use that as a blueprint for the way we built our neighborhoods in the future. Hey, Janet says, Ken Milliford. It's a big warm welcome. Ooh, they built a new crosswalk here. There used to not be a crosswalk here. So this is new, ladies and gentlemen. Every time I come to New York, there's something new. Adam says, I love the castles you visited. Me too. I love them too. And I think they loved me back, the castles. Yes, they did. I'm strictly talking about castles, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta cross. Back to New York. Means gotta avoid traffic. Here's the gates which the Titanic was supposed to land. We actually went to the last port of call of the Titanic in Ireland at Cove. And once it shipped off from Cove, it was supposed to come through here. The very customers, the very people on the boat were supposed to land over here and disembark through these gates. And unfortunately, no, it did not make it. Some of the guests did indeed make it, and they were housed at a hotel called the Jane Hotel, which reportedly is still haunted to this day. Here we are at the little island. Let's go. Hey, Dutch bike blogger. Nice to see you here, Dutch bike blogger. Welcome. It's nice to see what Ireland looks like. Knew there was something beyond the airport. I would be careful with the little island, says Ronald. The signal gets sketchy. All right, we'll push the limits. Am I drinking an Americano, Mustafa? Mustafa, I am drinking right now a cold brew coffee, the drink of New York, the official drink, cold brew. It's amazing. It's not Americano. It's not made with espresso. It's made with coffee steeped in water for a period of 24 hours to 48 hours. Let's go to a little island. A floating island here, the Hudson. SVL says it's the drink of champions. Indeed it is. This is the drink that fuels the New York economy. Quite literally, because there's a lot of entrepreneurs hooked up on cold brew. Irene says, who haunts the hotel at the Jane? Jane is down there. It's not visible from this perspective, though I visited many times and covered it in many videos. The Jane is haunted by the people who survived the Titanic. Some people, I think, might have gotten hypothermia and they just passed away shortly after arriving to New York. Clement says, from Guinness to cold brew. Oh yeah, from Guinness to cold brew. It was packed when I went recently, says BA. Yeah, it's the middle of the weekday, so usually it won't be packed. So actually, let me show you this in close-up so you know what we're walking on. We're walking on these like gigantic pylons. This opened just a few months ago. These huge pylons have actual earth on them, and grass and trees. Does the white lady stay there too? I say, yeah, whenever the white lady from Kinsale comes over to the US, yeah, she stays at the Jade. See background music. Oh yeah, that's someone's ringtone, very loud. Hey everyone, I really appreciate people commenting. Let's keep the comments directly about travel, about New York, in this case, about those two topics, generally about history and architecture. I get people have things going on in their own personal lives. Feel free to have those discussions after this live video in your own platforms. There might be other platforms you can connect with fellow urbanists. It's like being under the udders of a gigantic cow. Yes, that's how it feels like. It feels like huge udders. Looks like the back of high heels, says Virginia. Indeed they do. Thank you, Ariel, says Darlene. Here we are at the little island. The one island to rule them all. Irene says the structure opened when I was in Mexico. Indeed it did. Indeed it did, Irene. Oh, Mexico. Oh my God, that building is slanted. Oh, everyone, call the architect. Call the construction company. That building is slanted. It is leaning. It is the Leaning Tower of New York. It is causing concern. Does anyone have the mayor's phone number? For sending stars and super chats and support via PayPal and Patreon and YT memberships and Facebook supporters are all going to our next destination, which we will see in the near future, very, very near future. Tom says, did the architect who built this build something else? If anyone can let us know the name of the architect. I don't know the architect or the firm that built this off the top of my head. This is a spontaneous broadcast, so I didn't come here researching. Hey Marguerite, how's it going? I hope you enjoyed your visit to New York. I think you were heading here. There's a bunch of food spots. They don't have the best reviews, so I'll be skeptical on the quality. It's not like Ireland, where you can find great food almost everywhere. No goats, says Janice. No goats. How I miss the goats of Ireland. It says less than half an hour and 200 plus watching. Yes, slam that like button right now. Hey Lorraine, thank you so much for the stars. Someone else sent the super chat. Who was it? Panagiotis says, I'm going out to dinner. I'll see you later. Hey Panagiotis, thank you so much for tuning in. That's breathtaking. I never thought I would see rolling green hills and the views of downtown Manhattan at the same time. It's bringing me back memories to Ireland. Because when I think about Ireland, my heart will go on forever and ever. Mr. Boneman, thank you so much for tuning in. World famous Dundee, nice to see you here. It says great shot. Mr. Bowman, yes, I can see your comments. MNLA is the architectural firm. First time I've heard that name, MNLA. If anyone can let us know what MN in New York. Hey, Derek says, I love your videos and I love New York. I do. Here we have an ancient Greek theater in the middle of New York. Ancient Greek theater built in modern New York style. Actually arrived 1 hour early. MNLA stands for Matthews Nielsen Landscape Architects. Thank you so much. Do I miss the clouds, Mark? I kind of do at this moment. The sun is beaming. Yeah, I kind of do miss the clouds. I was about to wear a cardigan earlier anymore. Right there is the edge. It's at Hudson Yards, one of the now 4 observation decks in New York City, along with the Empire State Building, top of the Rock, and one Vanderbilt, which is not in view from this perspective. Martin says, wow, you're back. Do I miss Murphy's ice cream? Ronald, oh yes. I think I will be missing Murphy's ice cream for a very long time because it's a type of ice cream you can't really find anywhere else. Is the edge still open? Yeah, it is, BA, yeah. The edge has always been open. Never closed. Hank, this is an area called the Little Island, right by the Meatpacking District. Sean is singing the amazing song by Kiss, I'm back in the New York groove. Oh, I love that song. Okay, everyone, I highly recommend right now, as you're watching this video with an additional device, play Back in the New York Groove by Kiss. It's a great, great song. Looks like it's going to be a while till you wear your new wool coats, says Gary. Oh, Gary, trust me. I already feel the pain. I bought all these amazing coats and it's way too warm to wear any of them. I also got this long sleeve shirt in Ireland, so I'm at least donning something I bought in Ireland. But yeah. It made me think like, okay, maybe I should go to Scotland ASAP so I could wear these coats. Hey, Patricia. Okay, get back to Once You Where Belong. Oh, what song is that? I think now they're putting the finishing touches. They're literally finishing the wood right now here. So the wood, I think they're trying to get it to this color. And they're finishing it. Joe says it's Ace Frehley. I know that Kiss definitely does a version of that song because I heard it from Kiss, Joe. Mighty Bull, thank you so much for a $5 super chat. Mighty Bull, thank you so much. Petter, thank you so much for a 500 Swedish krona. Oh, Petter, nice to see you again. It's chilly enough in Scotland now, says Susie. Oh, amazing, Susie. Just travel upstate in a couple of weeks and you'll put those coats into good use. Irene says bench test. I can't because they're currently putting the finishing touches on the bench. Maybe we'll find another bench. Did you get a proper burrito yet, says Macaulay's. No, not yet. I've only made myself a proper avocado toast at home, And I got myself a proper cold brew. And I think I will be buying a burrito soon. I do miss burritos. Someone left a super chat. Who was this? Do let us know. Petter and Mighty Bull, thank you so much. By Halloween, it will be cold, says Linda Arth. I'm counting on it. Alexander says, I belong in. Alexander, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Why do you think I belong in Europe? So, coming here to New York after spending a month in Ireland, it shows me the stark contrast in the culture. Because as I was kind of looking forward to going to my old coffee shops, I realized I really don't have like that many favorite coffee shops I always go to. I have a bunch of coffee shops that I go to at any moment, but not those like 2 or 3 ones that I really gravitate to. But in Ireland, I did have those coffee shops that I gravitated to. When I went to Kilkenny, I went to the same coffee shop like every single day. And the reason I did was because there was the same people worked there, and they were never so packed where you would not be able to have a conversation with the people behind the counter. So you got to know the people behind the counter in many of these places in Ireland, which you don't hear in New York. One reason is because most people are, it's someone different every month or so, working at a coffee shop or a restaurant or a bar, most of the time at least. Second, it's too busy to even chat, even some small talk with most of the people behind the counter in these wonderful places. And then 3, the places that work there are really doing it because they just need to make some money. It's not what they really like. At least I'm generalizing, of course, but that usually is the case here in Manhattan, New York City. So that's one stark difference I realized. It's like, oh, I really liked the kind of the feeling of getting to know people at Ireland, which you don't get here in New York too much. All right, let's go up there. Joe says, great Airbnbs you had. Oh, thank you, Joe. Yeah, I really did have great Airbnbs. Anyone's wondering, I post the Airbnb videos on TikTok and on Facebook. TikTok is my name, Ariel Vieira. Facebook is Urbanist Live. But I'll be posting a compilation soon on YT. Tom says, Ireland is just a small town. That's how it feels like, yes. Anywhere and everywhere you go. Will you be doing a 109-course meal today? No. Maybe I'll cover a Michelin star restaurant in a future destination. Kay says, just give in and come back. But do you miss cockles and mussels? Ask Macaulay's. Of course, this is one of the best songs ever made in the history of mankind. Cockles and mussels. It's got to play over and over again. Mark says that meal was entertaining. I'm glad you think so. I see another live streamer there. Live streamers in the wild, ladies and gentlemen. They exist here in New York. Unlike in Ireland, most of you, not that many live streamers. BA says, why not play that song for old time's sake? You know, I would. Trust me, I would. Because it's a beautiful song. But, unfortunately, there is copyright. I thought it was a copyright-free song. Because it's apparently supposed to be in the comments, Creative Commons. But no, unfortunately, someone owns that copyright, or says that they own that copyright, and is claiming it on YouTube, which is a pain. So that one video that I played, Cockles and Mussels, has been demonetized. When do you think it'll start getting cold? It really does depend, that's a great question. It really does depend. Usually, you'll start needing a sweater by late October. Sometimes it could still be hot by late October, but usually a sweater. If you're coming in October and beyond, I would say bring, at the very least, a sweater. Bring layers. Esfield says in New York City, rather than cockles and mussels, is hot dogs and bagels. There should be a song like that. Susie says, I could just sing cockles and mussels. Indeed I can. What's your first food destination when you normally land back in New York? My local coffee shop. It's an amazing place. It's a place I will never cover because it's my very own special place. But here in these neighborhoods in Manhattan, I really love coming and grabbing my cold brew. As I mentioned just a few moments ago, I just realized I don't have like a specific place I really go to all the time. So just in general, I go to the good places for cold brew. Hey, Mustafa says, are you recording this live? No, Mustafa. All this is pre-recorded and I know that you were going to tune in. It's because I have the power of clairvoyance. It's an ability I developed after communing with the fairies in Ireland. And now I know everyone who will be tuning in and what exactly they'll be saying. And I make these recorded vlogs, and that's how I know that Mustafa was going to tune in on this beautiful Friday, on beautiful Thursday. Will you be in New York City for a while? I don't think so, McCullers. I'm a bit in a kind of a dilemma. I've always wanted to move to either Manhattan or Brooklyn, and I want to do that, but at the same time, I really want to keep on traveling. And I could do both, but it'll be really kind of tricky to do so. Hey, it'll be really tricky to do so. Because, as you know, New York is expensive. And as you know, traveling to certain places can be expensive. So affording both of them at the same time is a bit tricky, at least at this very moment. So I'm a little bit caught between both worlds. Should I stay or should I go now? Cue the song. Athena says, travel when you can. I think I'm leaning towards that direction. Let me know, what do you think? Do you want me to stay or should I go now? By go, I mean go to another location and cover that location. Let me know. And what's that song? Should I stay or should I go now? What's that song? Let us know. I hope you'll get to travel to PR soon, says S. Fields. Why move to Manhattan when you could just visit, says Jay. Touche, Jay, touche. BA says, Brooklyn, Manhattan will always be there. Indeed, that is true. Well, until the gigantic tsunami comes from the volcano in the Canary Islands, it'll be here. But until then. Joe, thank you so much. The Clash. That's the song I was thinking about. Maria says, go. Actually, if we go this way. Clash, oh, that's funny. Talking about the Clash that I'm thinking about. Yep. Anne says, go for sure, especially when you're young and fit, says Anne. Indeed. Tavis says, go traveling. Go while young. I'm older and it's more difficult, says Colleen. Yeah, that's been on my mind. It's been on my mind. How more tricky it is. With age, with other commitments. With family as well, which at the moment I don't have my own family that I'm taking care of personally, so it's nice. Your following and views are blowing up on TikTok. Strike while the iron is hot, says Tell. You are right. Tell that is a part of my decision-making process is I am indeed getting a lot of views on TikTok. And of course, YT and FB keep on growing. Irene says, go, go, go. Diana says, travel, travel, travel. Henrita says, do what makes you happy. Traveling makes me happy at the moment. You and AK, Action Kid, should take a massive trip together, says Jay. Maybe, that might be interesting. Susie says, you're young, fit, and looking totally gorgeous. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Is this part connected to the High Line? No, so the High Line's down there. Let me point the camera. That's a great question, RK. Thank you so much for being in. SVL says, trust your gut. My gut is telling me to travel. So SVL, thank you so much. Right there is the High Line. It is not connected. It would be so cool if it was. But there is a crosswalk across the West Side Highway right over here that they built new. So it won't be too far to walk over. You see this black building over here. Actually, not this black building. That is, right behind this black, actually that, sorry, getting confused here. Right there is Chelsea Market, that brown building. You see the Empire State Building over there. But if we go all the way over here, close to where you can, I think now you can enter the High Line anywhere. Anyone correct me if I'm wrong. But there is the, and right there is the very beginning of the High Line. So you're close. I would say if you're combining, don't walk the opposite direction. Come to the little island first. Maybe take a break at the Whitney, see the Whitney, it's a beautiful museum. Go to the terrace of the Whitney and see the beautiful views of the High Line from above. Hudson Yards, and then finish off at the edge. And you'll have an incredible New York day doing that, in my opinion, because you're gonna really see New York from a lot of perspectives. Dutch says, any plans to go to Canada? It's a great question, Dutch. The one place I really want to feature on Canada is Vancouver. Because it's the Hollywood of the North. And I'm curious, Vancouver has always had like a very interesting culture to it. There's a lot of like stars also that come from Vancouver. Like, I think Seth Rogen comes from Vancouver. There's many other stars that come from Vancouver. So yeah, Vancouver is on top of my list for Canada. Would love to go. And maybe stop by in Seattle to see the history of Starbucks coffee. Mark says, what's featured in the Whitney? It's all American artists, living and dead. Hopefully not in between, because that would be weird. Vancouver is interesting. I would love to see Montreal. I've covered Montreal before on Facebook. I was actually invited by the International Jazz Festival, which was amazing experience. I got inside access to a lot of the concerts and even met the guy who started the International Jazz Festival. And this was back in 2018. So if anyone wants to dig through the Urbanist archives on Facebook, check it out. I may go at some point. Maybe I'll reach out to the International Jazz Festival if they restart this year. Maybe Art says, I'm looking very cultured now. I'm talking about, hey, forget about it. Maybe I gotta look more New York and put on a Mets cap and start speaking in the Brooklyn accent. It's to not carry a cold brew, but rather carry a $1 coffee from the bodega. Maybe I should do that. Let me know, what's your vote? Here's the mighty Hudson right there. I think we're seeing a ferry. Let's see. But not the Irish ferries. Ladies and gentlemen, we're no longer in Ireland. So no ferries. Here, our ferries are boats. Ferry. And unlike in Ireland, I'm going to really disappoint many of you. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But we're no longer in Ireland. And now that we're in New York, we can no longer seek the good crack. Because if we try to find the crack here, we would be sorely disappointed. And not fit for making a video or travel. So unfortunately, no more crack. I would at least recommend for you not to find the crack here in New York. Do that in Ireland. Flying Squirrel says, wow, that's deep. What's this boat over here? Wow, every culture you visit, you took a piece with you. Yes, it's like collecting the Infinity Stones, a la Marvel's Endgame. Will you visit Vietnam or Japan? Macaulay's, Japan is on the top of my list. Vietnam, I would love to visit. Now, I think Vietnam, I would go when I have like a team. I can hire a videographer to come with me and film and edit. But Japan, I will 100% go in the very, very near future. Hopefully they open up soon. It's an R-marked police boat. It kind of looks like one, yeah. Christopher, thank you. Say to a cop, how's the crack? I can't do that. We're in New York. We're no longer in Ireland. Athena. A. Debbie says, welcome back. Madeline says, Hong Kong. Hong Kong, I would not go. I've always wanted to go to Hong Kong. I would not go. Because of the regime that controls it. They're not so kind enough to vloggers and to even people who talk about just general history. They're not so kind to it, so I wouldn't go, unfortunately. All right, there's a lot of people here. Let's wait until it clears up. Where's the nice coat today, says Alexander. It's too warm. I bought coats and came to a sunny, warm, summery New York. My heart is weeping because of the lack of sweater weather. What did you eat when you first came back here? I ate amazing avocado egg sandwich. Wow. Well, this is a great view.
What do you mean? They were totally natural. I know.
Tell says, we've adopted you as an honorary Irishman, therefore the crack is now in your soul. Irish crack, C-R-A-I-C. And wherever the road takes you. Oh, thank you so much, Tal. I appreciate that. So here we have breathtaking views, actually really cool views. Really interesting perspective. I saw your video of Galway. What do you think? Tom. Podcast, Tom. Leanne is a beautiful human being. Ooh, sorry, I didn't update Nightbot, everyone. So Nightbot's still in Ireland. Hey, Sai Frowie. Say Frowie, thank you so much for tuning in. Coriander, was that New Jersey? Yeah, that was New Jersey, yeah. Enjoying Galway. Indeed it is. Hey, Roxanne, I am glad to be back. I wonder if they're going to do anything here. There's a FDNY fireboat. I think that might be the one I did a live video of a long time ago. So that's a fireboat that's meant to battle fires, and it has huge hoses from the water. And this was used during September 11th, 2001. These fireboats, there's only a few. I think there's only 5 or less. Very few fires that have required fireboats. There was another one in So there was one in Williamsburg a few years ago, and check this story out, it's crazy. There was a huge fire at one of like the storage places right by the, and the temperatures were very, very low, and the fire was raging very, and the fireboat started hosing a bunch of water towards the building. The thing is, though, so by the end of the fire, the entire building was covered in ice. It looked so weird. Just the entire building was ice. Check out the photos or the videos of it. It's really interesting. Julie says, I gotta change the night ball location. Indeed I do, sorry about that. This was a rather spontaneous video. I'll be, the schedule is Saturdays and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Toronto says, I saw your videos of Ireland. I'm so glad. First time in your live stream, says Toronto. Hey, Toronto, thank you so much for tuning in, man. Thank you so much.
Sorry. I'm saying if everybody thinks
You're missing that soft Irish rain and those breakfasts, huh? Says NW. I am indeed. I was getting used to the Irish weather, actually. Out of Greece, Italy, and Ireland, which one would you go back to visit again? Ooh, Joe, that is an excellent question. Excellent question. You know, Italy still has a lot more to offer. Like, there's so many places in Italy to make videos, and it's easy to make a and such. But I think on a personal level, where I would just go regardless of videos or not, would be Ireland. It was a truly, truly beautiful country. I felt like really connected to the culture, which I didn't in Italy. I met so many amazing people, but I didn't feel connected to the culture. So Ireland is where I would go back on the personal level. But on the professional level, probably Italy, because there's so much there to offer. Greece too, actually. I love them, all of them, but yeah. Actually, I do intend, just in general, go back to each of them. B. Griffin says another late notification. Indeed, yeah. B. Griffin, sorry about that. I wish I could control notifications. Any nitro cold brew recommendations, Christopher? Great question. When it comes to nitro cold brew, go to the original, which is Stumptown. And the best Stumptown, in my opinion, is the one in the Greenwich Village. It's their flagship store and where beatniks used to hang out in. Unfortunately, other nitros can be very hit or miss in other coffee shops, but the second choice would be the other Stumptown in Nomad. So check out Stumptown. And there's also another one in Brooklyn. So they're all good. They're all excellent, actually. And then my second choice for nitro would be La Colombe. La Colombe has a great nitro. Do you miss Irish ice cream? I do, McCullers, yeah. Probably, I usually don't eat ice cream, but something I actually would love to have again. Is this Little Island Park? It is Coriander, yeah. It is, yeah. Ambrose says he came back to feed the dog. I don't have pets. I really don't like having pets. I love animals. I can't bear to have them as a pet. All right, let's cross over here. JK, thank you so much for tuning in.
Does it have no communication with nobody?
JK, blouse. I know what you mean. Blouse means shirt, but here in the U.S., I think you should know is blouse is referring to female shirts. Strictly in the U.S. Do you have to buy a ticket? No tickets are. You don't need to buy a ticket, but on weekends after 12 noon, you have to reserve a spot. You do that going to the Little Island website. If anyone can remind me what the website is. So I would recommend saving the Little Island for a weekday, because if you come here on the weekend, I myself don't like too many crowds like this, but it is passable. But if you come here on the weekend, it'll be you. I don't think it would be too pleasant, in my opinion. Let's go up through here. Let's see what's. This place is weird. Yeah, it's a man-made park there to look like rolling green hills. Nice little area to eat. Those look. Oh, over here they look like high heels. Yeah. James says the vessel may never reopen. Yeah, that's what they're saying. The vessel might be closed forever. I admire your energy, says Diane. Always on the go. Indeed, yes. It's because I swallow batteries for breakfast. Now go, 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 go. We live on a beautiful earth, says Maybe. Yes, it is a gorgeous earth. The Bend building is like the Tower of Pisa. Yep, it's the Leaning Tower of New York.
So yes, oh, there you are.
Barbara says it's a beautiful day. Mala says it's the coffee. Oh, yes. That might be the reason for the energy that's brimming from my soul. Hey, Roxanne, thank you so much for a $5 super chat. Yeah, Roxanne. Thank you so much, Roxanne. I appreciate you. Esfield says Ariel's hooked to a cold brew IV, hence the energy and the lack of jet lag. Indeed, the Leaning Tower of New York. It's right there. POV, right there. Someone please call the mayor. This is very concerning. Where's the Titanic, says Macaulay. It was supposed to come through here. I mean, it's supposed to be docking where this park is now located. So will you be announcing the successful Urbanist purchase of Europe? Oh, yeah. Hey, Leanne. Hey, Leanne. Leanne asks everyone if Leanne was recently featured in my latest Ireland video. The very last one I'm posting, unless if you're a super urbanist. Otherwise, you'll see them, maybe a few of them maybe later in the future. So Leanne asks, "Is this the River Corrib?" It's not as rough as the River Corrib. So thank you so much for tuning in, Leanne. No, not as rough as the River Corrib. I think you gained a lot of Irish friends, says Ellen. And indeed I did. Yes, I have. Ireland is now up there with Mexico with people I've met. Really cool. New Jersey Walk says, do I love Of Monsters and Men? Indeed I do. I actually talked about it in one of my Ireland videos. So the lawns will be open at some point. The rolling green hills of New York. A little piece of Ireland in New York. Have you used any Irish slang? Says Roland. You know, Roland tried asking a New York City cop, and he threatened to arrest me. So I don't know what was his problem. Just ask him for some good crack. Otherwise, no, I have not used too much Irish slang. I still say how's it going, but I've been saying that before I ever went to Ireland. Ooh, pro tip, there's bathrooms. That look like a cave. S. Fields, have I had any New York City avocado toast yet? Indeed, I had avocado toast, my own. So that was the Urbanist theme song. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed it. No jacket and scarf today, says Catherine. No, we're no longer in gray Ireland. Now we are in sunny New York. Beautiful sunny New York. Joe says you are now Tom Hanks. Indeed. Lorraine says, so cool, yes. Gary says, I can ring your bell. There was no cockles and mussels here. No, S-Fields, no. That was the Urbanist theme song. Right there. My rendition. Linda, yes, this is the gate where the survivors of the Titanic did arrive. The Titanic was supposed to disembark here, but never arrived. This is the perfect time of year to be in the city. Indeed it is. It's not oppressively hot. And it's not so packed with people, with tourists. And it is Halloween season, so all the best things. Okay, so my camera crew has arrived. Everyone, I'm going to now film a vlog for all of you with my camera crew. Thank you, camera crew, for coming over. I don't know, maybe my camera crew can wait. You guys want to make them wait a little bit and continue exploring? A little bit more? Let me know. Should we make my camera crew wait? Don't worry, they're fine. They're fine. They're in the shadows, so the equipment is not going to overheat. Let me know, what do you think? Odolal says yes. Do you pick up a little bit of the Irish accent? No, I've not picked up the Irish accent. Not at all. Catherine says, sure, you're the boss. Indeed, I am. Now, B. Griffith says, now you have a crew. Indeed. You know, Ireland was such a huge success, a massive, rousing success, that I now have a full production crew. A secondary one, because I've also worked with Cliff. So yeah, expanding. Henry says they can wait while you have the crack. Indeed they can. Catherine says you hit the jackpot. Have you bumped into any Irish vloggers here? Well, I don't think I even saw an Irish vlogger at all in Ireland, so no. But there's a woman, Tarmar, I think is her name, Tarmar. She is an Irish vlogger that now lives in New York. Talks more about life vlogger. Camila says, what about Brazil? Brazil is a much harder country to visit, especially a live video. Some countries are a bit harder. not quite the safest to do a video live. People might do vlogging, but the cool thing about vlogging is that you can make sure you're in a safe place and put your camera down, then edit those things together. That's why I don't go to certain countries at the moment yet. Hey Helen, I'm doing well. The Irish love your lovely manner, storytelling, personal and joy and funniness. Oh, thank you so much. I'm a funny fecker, says Tavis. Oh, thank you so much. Catherine says that the drunk woman misses me. A drunk girl misses me. Maybe. Was that the High Line? Yeah, this is the High Line. And here's Tesla. We're gonna pick one up later. Drive this up to Canada. Great to see you in New York again, says OV Drone. Oh, glad to be back. Hey, McCully's, nice to see you here. Hello, Helen. I'm doing very well, Helen. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Any plans to visit Celtic France? Oh, yeah. I would love to go Brittany. I would love to go to France outside of Paris. I would love to go soon. Stay tuned. I will go to France soon. Because when I'm there, I'll be over the moon. Hopefully it won't monsoon. Sirens are back in New York. It is in Irene. The sirens are back. The beautiful sounds of sirens. Trading the chirping birds of Ireland and the mooing cows to the beautiful roar of the sirens. Ooh, just listen to it. Take it in, how peaceful it is. I can almost have a great night's sleep right now due to this beautiful sound of sirens. Yeah, Canada's waiting for you. Helen says you're too funny. I'm not being funny, Helen. This is serious. Serious. Sirens. They are no joke. They're beautiful sounds bestowed upon New Yorkers. All right, let's continue walking. Irene says now you can say, I'm back. Indeed I am. Don't you remember the amazing song by Simon Garfunkel, The Sound of Sirens? Hello NYPD, my old friend. La 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 la. Great song. The Sound of Sirens by Simon and Garfunkel. Catherine says it's so weird to see you without a glass of stout in your hand. Indeed, it feels weird. It feels weird, Catherine.
So, how long will you take to do that?
Christopher says, I just got back from Montreal and really felt a European vibe there. Yeah, Montreal is, I think, the closest to Europe and Canada you can get. And along with Boston is the closest thing in Europe you can get here in the US. So yeah, Montreal is very European feel. May I see your outfit, says anonymous dude. Sure, I'll show you my outfit. Here, very stylish. There we go. Shirt from Italy that I got in Ireland. New pants from a clothing company from California. And white leather Converses. That's my style. And sunglasses from Warby Parker. B. Griffin says the Urbanist outfit is back. PBT says looking good, buddy. Thank you so much, PBT. Anonymous dude says like the kicks. Where's the Dolce & Gabbana coat? It's too warm for the jacket I bought over there. When you're in Edinburgh, we'll be expecting you to see model full Highland dress and a kilt, says Gary. I think if I were to do a kilt anywhere in the world, it would be Scotland. So yes, stay tuned. Can we get a height check? I'm a very, very tall 5'2". Very tall 5'2". Because there's some people who are kind of a short 5'2". I'm a very tall one. That's why I put on my dating profile and no one swipes. What happened? Don't people like tall 5'2"s? B. Griffith says the UK is now open to tourists. Yeah, I do hope they open soon. Anyone from the UK, Susie, Gary, other UKers, can you tell us if there's any update on the opening of the UK? Where there's no restrictions on tests and things like that you have to do? Kate says I can vouch that he's a very tall 5'2". So this is the iconic, the amazing, the wonderful Whitney Museum of Art. Cynthia says, I super like you. Hey, Cynthia, nice to see you here. Can we get a heat check? This is POV. It's about a sunny 77 degrees. Now the Sue says, liar. Looks like it's not gonna be cool in New York until a month. Oh no. I actually really love the warmth, but I bought so many amazing coats and sweaters. I need some chilly weather. I love touring with you. Are there any places in New York City to get some good food? Good Irish food, says Loretta. Ooh, I don't think so. I have not experienced good Irish food here in New York. There might be a place. There is I don't know if there is. So if anyone does know of a good Irish place, but I think your best bet would to go to Little Ireland in the Bronx. And I did try a good meat pie over there. Oh, I did try a good Irish restaurant. Yeah, I did try a very good Irish stew, but I forgot the name of the place. But it's located in Little Ireland, which is Woodlawn Heights in the Bronx. And that neighborhood has Irish people that are directly from Ireland or maximum one generation. So it's very new Irish that have moved there. So yeah, check that out. But if you want to find something similar to Irish cuisine, and I can say this out loud, I'm no longer in Ireland, you could try British food. And there's some British places that are pretty good. You can try Mayors of Keswick here for a takeaway sausage roll or takeaway pie, meat pie. Really delicious place. There's a few high tea places. There's a good fish and chip shop nearby called Salt and Battery. And there is a restaurant that is British. I forgot the name of the restaurant. Spotted Pig. Spotted Pig is the name of the restaurant. Spotted Pig. So I think your best bet is to try British food if you're here in Manhattan. Otherwise, go up to Little Ireland if you want more of a true Irish experience. Marcella, thank you so much for 500 stars. Ooh, we do have a Little Ireland. We do, yeah. Pizza. It's amazing. You can hear authentic Irish accents. So, but when it comes to pizza reviews, let me know if you tried this place. This place is really good. I love Simo. If you want some classic Neapolitan style pizza, this is, in my opinion, the best one you can find in New York. That's not a restaurant. It's a casual food place. Wait up. Okay, so we're truly back in New York. Aside from the sounds of and cold brew coffee, we also have roving people with huge blasting car stereos and boom boxes. And that was one of them. Huge blasting car playing some popular music. Can you show us Little Ireland soon? Mark, I have a full extensive live video of Little Ireland. Go to search Little Ireland Urbanist. It's on YT and Facebook. Just once, it would be nice to hear bagpipe music blasting from the Carson's Fine Squirrel. I think that would be much more pleasant than blasting reggaeton or hip hop. Irene says, did I miss reggaeton in Ireland? Of course I did, Irene. The beautiful sounds of Saca la lengua pa' fuera. La gasolina. Of course, I miss the music of my people when I was in Ireland. Catherine says, did I join AA when I came home? No. It was amazing to drink with the Irish. Rigatoni is a good idea. Indeed it is. So what would you like to see? Let me know. What would you like to see in this area? Do you miss anything about New York City while you were gone, says Loretta? No, I wasn't away from New York too long to miss that much. So no, not too much. IK wants to see some pizza. You can drink more than an Irishman, says Tom. I did not try. Walk down to the village, says McCulley's. All right, feel free to add any other suggestions. I'll pick one at random. Loretta asked a question. Let's see what Loretta said. Loretta, oh yeah. No, I wasn't away from New York too long to miss it. ¿Necesitamos agua? André. Agua, sí, agua es importante. JK says, today I'm a singer. JK, there is no singing on these broadcasts. No singing. This is a purely serious show. Did you go through any culture shock when you landed in New York? I missed the friendliness of Ireland. So that's the culture shock. McSorley's ale and meat pie sounds good right now, says Pizza Reviews on the Go. Wait, does McSorley have meat pies? Pizza Reviews on the Go? Be honest, you came to New York because you missed Port Authority. Piazza de Port Authority. Porto Authority. Indeed I did, Ronald. Yeah, beautiful Port Authority. Gorgeous, gorgeous place. Tavis says, you're one of us now. We would love to have you back, lovely gentlemen. Oh, thank you so much, Tavis. Where are you right now, says Andrea, in New York City. I love that you actually drank your water, says Andrea. Oh, sí. I need some good water. I know they serve food. I would think they have a shepherd's pie. No, Pizza Reviews, I don't think their menu's that extensive. I think it's mostly burgers and I think a sandwich or two. We could be singing along and you don't know, says Susie. Oh, really? No singing is allowed on these broadcasts. It's a serious show. Is this Greenwich Street? Says B. Griffin. No, I don't think so. We're close though. You're so lucky to live in New York. Indeed, I am, anonymous dude. So yes, indeed, I am very grateful to be in New York. It's easy when you have the ability to travel around to take a city like New York for granted, and it's easy to take traveling for granted. It's very easy to do so. But I'm always very, very grateful for traveling and for being in New York, because I know a lot of people dream of New York. A lot of people do dream of travel. So I hope this show brings you a little bit closer to New York and brings you to places around the world that you may have wanted to see before you actually end up getting there, or for whatever reason you're unable to get there. Hopefully they're immersive enough that you feel like you're there. So that's why I like doing these shows. Antonio says, boa tarde. Hey, Antonio. Oi, tudo bem? Will you be showing us Halloween? Yes, I'll be here at least for Halloween, yes. Loretta, stay tuned. We love traveling with you, says Catherine. Thanks. Oh, my pleasure, Catherine. Thank you for tuning in. Ooh, $7 spritz? What? Kaylin, do I know Action Kid? Action who? Of course I know the Action Kid. The man is legendary here in New York. Yes, I do know Action Kid. I've done many collaborations with him. He's an awesome guy. And many others. So maybe one day there'll be another collaboration. Before we did a collaboration on the scale of Marvel's Avengers, but maybe in the future we'll do a collaboration on the scale of Avengers Endgame. Let me know if you would like to see that. If you don't know the reference I'm making, Avengers is a team up of superheroes, and Avengers Endgame basically had all the superheroes that ever existed in that entire series of 21 movies show up in one single film. I love to travel with you too. All right, so Joe, I think, and McCulley's both suggested to walk towards Greenwich Village. So let's do that right now. I'll show you a walk towards Greenwich Village, which is such a beautiful area of New York. So let's do that right now. If you would like me to show you anything specifically here in Greenwich Village, let me know. I'll do my best to show you something here. But for now, we're gonna walk through. Maybe we can all walk together as 1,500 urbanists all following, says Audrey. Hey, slam that like button, by the way. I'm back in New York, so on YouTube we need more than 600 people tuning in at the same time to have proper New York numbers. So slam that like button. You guys could all do an epic Christmas collab. Yes, we're gonna do a Christmas special. New York City live streamer Christmas special, with the appearance of Santa. Dawn sent 200 stars. Thank you so much, Dawn. Thank you so much for dawning upon 200 stars on the show. POV says, can you say Piazza di Porto Authority in an Italian accent? No, I cannot. POV, this is not an appropriate place to make fun of the Italian accent. OV Drone says Greenwich Village is where my partner lives. She's in New York City and me in Europe. But we're making it work, and we were just in Ireland visiting Dublin and the Cliffs of Moher. Oh, in County Clare. I'm so glad you guys are making it work. Yeah, I know long distance relationships can be tricky. That's awesome. Hey, Mirna. Myrna on YT is just hit 8 months of supporting. She's been 8 months a super urbanist. So everyone give a round of hearts to Myrna. And do let me know if I'm pronouncing her name correct, but Myrna, 8 months, just reached her anniversary. YT has a new feature where it alerts everyone. So round of hearts for Myrna. I personally gain more knowledge through your live streams. If I ever have a chance to live there, I'll know it very well, says Nicole. That's awesome. Yeah, that's why I like doing these live streams. Pizza says, would you be meeting with Leanne again in New York City? She seemed cool and knowledgeable. Yes, if Leanne and her family ever visit, I'll be happy to meet up with them. Yes. Can you show us Joe's Pizza, says Chrissy. Myrna says, yes, thanks, great pronunciation. I would like to see Jen and Ariel collaboration again. And ooh, Jen, yeah, Jen is awesome. I do hang out with Jen still, all the time. She's one of my best friends. She hasn't appeared in the video in a while, but yes, if there is an epic collaboration, you will be seeing Jen in it. We just gotta get the team together. Cue the Avengers theme song. But Roland says, will I be cooking for Kay when she visits? Avocado toast, yes, avocado toast for Kay. So here is the famous Magnolia Bakery from Sex and the City. I cannot wait for the new season of Sex and the City. I think it'll come out in a few months on HBO Max. So excited. Macaulay says the Friends apartment. I think the borders may open in November for cars from Canada, says Myrna. That's awesome to hear. I hope that Canada does open. It's about time, Canada. About time that you let the hordes of Americans inside your country. We've been anxious to invade it again. I mean, to visit it again. Oh, we are right by the Sex and the City house. Let's show it, Perry Street. Ronald says, I'm still waiting for the real lives of New York City streamers. Reality TV show, yes. Americans can come to Canada now, says Catherine. No, that's great news. Great news. Now we can annex Canada, make it into the 51st state. I mean, now we can visit Canada, enjoy the beautiful views, and explore the wonderful country, and let it be its own sovereign nation. You can't sit at restaurants without the V. Yeah, here in New York City, you can't. Not in the indoors. Though there's still a lot of outdoor options in New York City if you don't have the V for whatever reason.
Oh, that's tasty.
Yes, there's a lot of outdoor restaurants.
She's adorable.
Just check when you go online, see if they have outdoor seating, and you'll be able to sit. So here it is. This is the house featured in Sex and the City. And that says, take Jen with you when you visit France. Maybe Annette. Washington Square next, says Macaulay's. Macaulay's, I appreciate all the recommendations. Thank you. You'll be seeing Washington Square soon for a Halloween video. Pizza says, some places still want a V card if you want to sit outside. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. You might have to take the risk and just go to the place. If they turn you away, if you don't have proof of V, and they do turn you away, fret not. Most restaurants that have outdoor seating won't ask you for proof of V. So you'll be okay. So just go to the next one. Especially if you're in Manhattan or Brooklyn or Northern Queens, it's gonna be very easy to just find another cool restaurant or bar to go to. Yeah, Carrie Bradshaw, right over here. And I think they did film here, the exterior, I think, for the show. I'm not sure if she actually officially lives here because as of the second movie, minor spoilers, she lives in a fancy apartment uptown. So can't wait for the next season. Let me know. So a few people recommended to see Joe's Pizza. I'll show you Joe's. Might as well, and we'll finish there. Let's go to Joe's. Gotta go to Joe's. She kept the apartment, didn't she? Esfield's. Yeah, actually. That's a good question. I remember she was clearing out her apartment in the second film. Did she manage to give it away? Or did she keep it? When it all says proof of V, does it mean that you're vegan? I can't say the V word, otherwise YT and FB would think I am spreading conspiracy theories. And it's as bad as saying the H word. It's as bad as saying the H word. Oh, Gigi says, yeah, she kept it. Okay, thank you for letting us know. So yeah, she indeed kept the apartment. So it might make an appearance in the new season. Susie says, is that your new residence? I would love to live there specifically. Yeah, that would be cool. A village townhouse? Hell yeah. Hey, Esfield says, I'm going to miss Stanford. Great character. Me too, Esfield. I'm not sure if he managed to film any episodes for the new season, but I'm really going to miss him. So Esfield is referring to one of the characters in Sex and the City who played the gay character. There was a few gay men who were featured in the show, but he was the main best friend of Carrie, male best friend of Carrie. And he unfortunately passed away. He was very young. He was like 54 years old, something like that. Which is such a shame. He was one of the best characters in the show. I remember reading that he is featured in the new season. I'm not sure how they're going to handle that.
And Lucy's got to learn.
It's a lot of shopping here on Bleecker Street. Lots of shopping. Prices here are going to be very expensive. But there's a few stores where it's a little bit more medium range. Maybe we'll pass by one, can point out. Even the doors are classic, yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Gigi. So Stanford is in the season that they're going to make. They already finished filming it, and they finished filming it before his death. Thank you so much. Tom says more expensive than Ireland. Yes, clothes in the U.S. generally is more expensive than Ireland and Europe. So that's one thing I've noticed traveling to Europe. Clothes is much less expensive here. Maybe low-cost brands. I went to Dunes and Marks and Spencer's in Ireland. Found the prices cheaper, or maybe boutique medium-end brands like the clothes I bought. And also I've heard, but I don't have personal experience purchasing, but the luxury brands too. They all are lower cost in Europe. I think the only benefit to shopping in the US is that there's all smaller designers in New York and in Brooklyn that you won't find anywhere else in Europe, especially when it comes to either vintage clothes or streetwear. There's two things that are very unique in New York that you won't find many other places around the world. gelateria of my friends who run the amazing cafe, Cafe Coppola, just a little bit down. And I'm glad they're not super packed like they usually are. But these guys have opened up a gelateria called Giulietta. Let's try it out. I haven't tried it out. Anyone want to try gelato? Let me know. Deepak says, try Chipotle for lunch. Chipotle, while it is a nice fast food option in the US, there's a far better one here in New York City called Dos Toros. Way better alternative to Chipotle. Why do you think Sex and the City is such an iconic show? It's because it's so well filmed in New York. Okay, let's try it out. This is the gelato of my friends who run Cupola Cafe just a few blocks down. Hey, how's it going?
Hi, Owen.
Good. I'll have 2 scoops.
Yeah, which one?
I'll have hazelnut.
Okay.
And let me see what else you have here.
In a cup or in a cup?
In a cup, please.
Cup?
Yeah.
Hazelnut and
I'll try black cherry.
black cherry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's it?
That's all, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Here we go. 4
A card. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
A little bit. So she told me
Catherine says that he asked for a V card. No. You don't need to show proof of V in a place like this. Fast food, quick, casual food, no. Only in restaurants where you sit down inside, or bars as well, if you sit down inside. So no, you don't need to lose your V card. I mean, show your V card. Same Unchin Ariel says, referring to. And who else misses sitting down in New York with a gelato, sitting right next to a guzzling truck? Let me know. Girl in the Curl says, you look handsome. Thank you so much. It's all the butter that I slathered myself in Ireland. Thank you so much. So let me show it to you. Esfiel says, I missed it. Ambrose says, I lost my V card in the dark alley. Oh, you gotta watch out. Don't lose those cards. Hard to replace them. Right here. My dog ate my V card, someone said. Who was this? Laurel Mel. And Lorraine says, I missed that a lot. Oh, you do? I gotta remove my sunglasses. Butter's good for your skin, says Lynette. Oh, Lynn. Yes. Oh, yes. I missed the butter too. Oh, yes. No butter in this ice cream. Now we're back to regular Italian gelato. Not quite Murphy style. Oh, who else misses the random screaming people of New York? Let me know. Oh, the beautiful soothing sounds of random New Yorkers screaming at each other. What flavors do you get? So I got hazelnut and black cherry. Let's try it out. Black cherry first. Ooh. They're using fresh local milk from the Hudson Valley, which is nice. Dutch Moz, nice to see you again, man. How's it going? Dutch Moz, I'm putting the team back together for a Christmas special. Let me know if you want to join in. So black cherry, good. It's strong. It's they did not sweeten this at all. So you have the sourness of the cherry. Dutch Moz is down. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Dutch Moz. I'm glad you want to join the team. So it's tastes like a sour cherry, not sweet at all. I like it. I just did not expect it when I first bit into it. Ooh, super creamy. Very creamy. I could tell they're using good quality milk. Super creamy. It is tiny, yeah. It's no Murphy's in terms of its size. It's a tiny cup. I mean, the size is called tiny. And I spent $5 on this. But it's nice and soft. Good flavor. Good flavor. Let's try the hazelnut. Let's try this out. You need a cappuccino now, says Mikhail. I already had like a gigantic cold brew. Ooh. Okay, wow. The black cherry is very kind of light taste to it. But the hazelnut is a punch of hazelnut. That is a really good hazelnut. Very good hazelnuts that they use. They did not skimp out on the hazelnuts. No big ice crystals, so it's fresh gelato. It's not gelato that has spent a few days. Don't mind me, I'm speaking to the camera. Okay. Yeah, so it's not a huge ice crystal, so it is fresh. It's really good. Hey, Sally says, honey, lunch is, I'm glad you make it back safe and sound. And what's the name of the gelato place? Giulietta. Giulietta is the name of the gelato place. So someone just asked, are they using organic milk? Organic is a very tough term in the US. The reason for that is to get the label organic doesn't denote necessarily the quality. It denotes a few things. I don't know the full details, but unfortunately, bigger farms are the only ones who are able to get organic title. A small farm, if it's like a local cow dairy in Hudson Valley in New York, where they're eating great quality grass, they're really tended with great quality care, they can't have the organic label because they don't qualify in terms of the size of their operation. It's pretty much the organic label is bought out by commercial interests. So while it might be a good indicator at a major supermarket, you won't be a good indicator at a farmer's market. So no, this is not considered organic by the American label, but in all actuality, it is.
And we approve of this ice cream.
Oh, you do? You enjoy it?
I come a lot. We come a lot.
Oh, you
We
do?
love this ice cream.
It's definitely one of the better ones in New York, I think.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's pretty new, and it's like a real Italian ice cream shop. I like it.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I would recommend trying the owners own a coffee bar a few
which
blocks
one?
down called Cupola Coffee.
Cupola, okay.
It's right at 4th Street. And they also make great pastries there.
Taste it? Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Hey Morgan, nice to see you here. Hello Sally, welcome to the live video. Earl says, I get any hangovers in Ireland when I visited. No, I got zero hangovers. I drank gallons of water. Hey, Maliki says, have you got any advice? I've just started college and feeling a little bit unhappy. None of my close friends are there. Maliki, that's a great question. I don't really, this is not that type of show, but I can tell you from the travel context, the best way to feel good with other people is to go to social events. So at least in travel, I go to, if I really want to meet people, I would, in Ireland, you go to a pub or go to stay at a hostel. If you are in Mexico, it's easy to go on like a tour and meet people there. So things like that. But if college context, go to like one of the college clubs or go to some type of event. Go to, if it's a type of college campus where there is a bar culture, go to that. All right, a few more bites, so let's continue walking to Joe's Pizza. Highly recommend this gelateria. Delicious. Enjoy the rest. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Okay, so very lovely person. I didn't want to point the camera at them, even though they knew I was in live video, because she seemed to be an au pair. She was with a little kid. So I bought my jeans right over here. It's called amazing place called Buck Mason. This is where I got my jeans. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but if you need a good menswear recommendation here, medium end, so you won't break the bank, check out Buck Mason here in New York City for menswear. I think they also have women's wear. Yeah, they also have women's wear. Buck Mason. Cool guys. Always great service as well. Esfield says, if I were back in college, I would be much more adventurous in terms of interests and friendships. Yes. So if anyone can offer Maliki just general advice that could also apply to travel, what's the best way you found out to meet others? Let us know. Across the street. I gotta go. You walk much faster in New York. I do indeed. I do indeed walk. Go back and get her number. Missed opportunity, says Leanne. Leanne Hedger, different Leanne. I do indeed walk faster here in New York. This is a great ice cream. Who wants to go and thank my friends on how good the ice cream is? If they're, I think they're probably at the coffee bar. If they are at the coffee bar, it's really nearby. Let me know if you want to make another stop. Cafe Cupola. I can thank them in person while I'm on live video. Oh, not bad. Oh, the beautiful sounds of sirens. One of my favorite coffee bars just opened up. That's awesome. They used to be only in Brooklyn, but now they have one here in the Greenwich Village. That's so cool. Hungry Ghost. Hungry Ghost. Ambrose says, slow down, where's the fire? The fire is in my style right now. No. There is no fire. It's just in New York. You gotta walk faster. You can't slow down in New York. You can't take a breather in New York. You will be crushed by the hustle and bustle if you slow down in New York. This is the city where dreams are made of. And be sure those dreams aren't dreams that go slow. You gotta dream big and you gotta dream fast. In New York, Otherwise, it will swallow you whole and spit you out all the way back to New Jersey. So watch out. Anonymous Dude, say keep doing what makes you happy. Indeed, thank you so much, Anonymous Dude. I definitely will. All right, my friends are located at 4th Street at Cupola Cafe, so let's go that direction.
Oh, okay, the white.
I like New York City fall vibes, says Candy. It is nice. Not too fall weather yet, but it is nice. Across the street, we got 14 seconds. Joe is better than Bleecker Street, says McCulley's. Indeed it is. I do like Joe's. It's very classic taste. Bleeckers is good, but in my opinion, Joe's is better. POV says, why did I know you were talking about New Jersey? Because that's what happens when New York City swallows you whole and spits you out. Back to New Jersey you go. Hey, MK says, maybe I can seize the opportunity and recommend a butter flavor for my friends who run the gelateria. You know, Italy isn't really a country that consumes much butter. Butter is pretty much non-existent in its cuisine, aside maybe for the odd pastry. Anastu says, New Jersey always gets a bad rap. I'm rooting for you, New Jersey. New Jersey is the home of Bruce Springsteen. So, New Jersey got something good going on if it got Bruce Springsteen. Anonymous, do you like Prince Street Pizza's pepperoni slice? Yes, that's one of the best slices of pizza you can get in New York City. So, Scubcat says it's because Italy was very poor for most of its history and couldn't have access to butter, so they used olives. Indeed, yeah, that is a factor. It tastes delicious and doesn't need any butter. The oil actually lends different flavors. Jason says, what is your best New Jersey accent? It only comes out when I'm extremely drunk at a bar in Murray Hill. Bon Jovi, isn't he from Jersey? He is, I think. Yeah, Radas, yeah, he is. Frank Sinatra's also from Jersey, Hoboken.
Oh, me too.
Linda's in Jersey. Oh, Linda's from New Jersey. That's awesome. You know, that's a good thing. Take the risk, come to New York. If it swallows you whole, spits you out, at least you'll land in New Jersey. Look at all the great people from New Jersey. Ain't a bad deal. You know, if you can't make it in Manhattan, you'll make it in Hoboken. It's great. Catherine says Travolta is also from New Jersey. There we go. See? Ain't gonna be bad. You'll be okay. Where's your favorite stop sign in New York City? Says Ronald. That's a great question, Ronald. My favorite stop sign is this one, where there's a decapitated foot. Right here. My favorite stop sign in New York. Well, I'm glad you asked. Great question. Right here. Decorated with a decapitated foot. Hopefully it's not real. It smells real though. Let me stay away from it. You know, New York City has gotten rough. You know, things are tough in New York. That's why we have sometimes these very weird things. All right, let me say hi to my friends. So, the gelateria is owned by these guys who run the Cupola Cafe. Let's go inside. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, he's so kind. This guy's so kind. This is not the first time he's giving me free coffee. It's super kind. But check out Cafe Coppola. Really, really great shop. And let me show you the espresso. Really great guy. He runs it with his wife. They're both from Italy. They used to run a restaurant that was located in a hunting area. So they had like fresh game every single day. But unfortunately, life in the middle of the wilderness in the middle of Italy can be a bit slow. So they moved over here. And they're featured in one of my episodes of The Real Italy in New York. So I highly recommend checking it out. So now that they give me a free coffee and they're always so super kind, do check them out and let them know that you watched it through Urbanist. All right, so let me show you the amazing coffee. We're back with the soothing sounds. Look at this crema, classic Italian espresso style. Look at that, beautiful. Let me sit down and enjoy this coffee proper. Because in New York, there's so much things going on at the same time. All right, there we go. There's people throwing things. There's cars. All right, perfect. A good crema should last 1 minute at least. Alexander, do you want to put it to the test? It's already been like 45 seconds. This crema can last a while. It's done so well. You can have a banana with your coffee. Yeah, they do have bananas there and great pastries too. All right, let me have a little bit of the leftover ice cream. I mean gelato. Oh, that's so good. Scoop Cat, I appreciate you tuning in to the live video and commenting, but let's not discuss any politics, no politics. Let's stick to the show. I do agree with you. Rent is very high in New York, but let's stick to travel and New York travel-related topics. Diana says, I'm flying to New York next Thursday. Family celebration down in Princeton. Oh, so cool. Oliver says, hi from the Canary Islands. Enjoy Spain. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for watching from the Canary Islands. I do want to go soon. Scuba, no worries, Scuba. You're okay. Thank you so much. Where do you get your t-shirts? I got this at a store called Lally Menswear in Galway, and it's an Italian designer. I forgot the name, but it's an Italian designer. JK says that's a strong coffee. Indeed it is. It's gorgeous now, says Gwen. This is a funny stream. I love it, my friend, says POV. I'm so glad you think so. So glad you enjoy the stream. Carmen says, welcome home. Thank you so much, Carmen. Appreciate you. Can someone tell me if they have a list of participants? What do you mean, girl in the crow? Do you add any sugar to your coffee, says Lynn. No, I do not add any sugar to my coffee. Do not insult me like that. I take my coffee seriously. No sugar, no milk. This is real coffee. No, in all seriousness, don't insult me, but in all seriousness, have coffee any way you want to. I do prefer no sugar, because sugar does cover the taste of the coffee. But if you prefer that sugary, milky taste, that's more than okay. But do know that sugar does mask the taste of the coffee, so it'll be very hard to taste the finer notes of the coffee with sugar. But you do you. It's great. But MK says, I also love a good Cuban coffee. There are some types of coffees that do require sugar, generally, to make it palatable, like coffee from down south in Sicily, coffee from Cuba. Some Puerto Rican coffees also require sugar because they'll be too strong otherwise. Starbucks, for example. Starbucks sometimes tastes a little bit better with milk than black. I know with Cuban coffee, my father always had sugar. Yeah. There's some coffees that they're so bitter, and they make it bitter on purpose so it can blow through the sugar. Will this be a short stay for you? Says Loretta. As I mentioned, Loretta, I'm a little bit at odds. I'm tempted to stay in the city. To move into a new place in my favorite boroughs, but at the same time, I'm tempted to keep on traveling. I could try to do both. It'll be a little bit difficult and will require more work. So I'm struggling. An honest dude says, Ariel looks strong. I must work out too. An honest dude, yes. The best way to work out is to eat a lot of gelato, drink lots of coffee, and eat donuts, and walk for 10 miles a day. That is my workout routine. I will be starting a workout routine course online for $2,000 and $999. Yeah, $29999. Low price. I'll show you exactly how to eat donuts and walk 10 miles a day. Thank you so much, Anonymous dude. When are you going to the tropical location? Don't forget it's hurricane season. It is hurricane season. It ends like in November. I think it ends like in mid-November. Right? Because in Puerto Rico, the clearest skies get in Puerto Rico is usually in December. LaShawn says, I was going to say you and AK should be very strong because you guys walk so much. Indeed. Indeed we do. Lynn says, you're too funny. Lynn, only inadvertently. Caddy, thank you so much for 50 stars. How many steps do you average in one day? Leanne, great question. Leanne, nice to see you again. I haven't seen you comment in a while. Thank you so much. Leanne from Facebook, Leanne Hedger. I don't calculate my steps, but I walk anywhere between 4 miles to 10 miles a day in most locations around the world. Lynn says, now I need a good strong coffee. Indeed, you do. Mr. says, I need more New York City snowy walks. Well, that will happen when there's snow. Usually December is the earliest. Latest is April. All right, let's continue walking around.
Her hair looks a little coarse, right?
Hey, Anavasun. Thank you so much. You're forgetting Dutch Moz does hours on bicycling. He's also very, very strong. Susan says, I look rested. Yes, indeed. Sinead says, Ariel's sarcasm is much stronger since he returned from Ireland. Ireland, the Irish gave me a very good injection of sarcasm. Are you going to visit One Vanderbilt observation deck? I might, yeah, I might on a live video. Stay tuned. Love your channel, so relaxing. Well, yes, it is very relaxing as a truck is about to hit me. Very relaxing. It's relaxing me or your end. Not so much on my end. So relaxing, ladies and gentlemen. New York. Oh, I feel so at peace in this city. Oh, so glad I traded in rolling green hills and sheep for a truck about to hit me because I'm enjoying the coffee. Audrey says the Blarney Stone is working. Is it the Blarney Stone or is it the madness of New York? It's one of those two. All right. So, check out Coppola Coffee. Top recommendation for Italian espresso in New York, and don't go to these guys. No. Go to Coppola Coffee. In all honesty, this place is actually pretty good, but it is very American style, so very different from the Italian style Coppola. All right, our last stop, Joe's Pizza. People have asked, and I'll show you Joe's from the outside because I am pretty full right now. Hey, JK, I'm watching tomorrow. Oh, JK, thank you so much for tuning in. Mir says, how do you fare in Ireland? I loved Ireland. Mir, thank you so much for tuning in. Tavi says, how old is Ariel? I am much older beyond your imagination. Tavi, have you ever seen the film Lord of the Rings? And do you know of the character Gandalf? Well, that's me. I am the Gandalf of New York. In that movie, Gandalf might look like he's 71, but he's actually, what is it, 800 something, 900 something? Hey, you need to be in marketing. You would get people to buy anything, says Malaki. Oh, thank you so much. Malaki, that is so nice to hear. Oh, now to New York City with the smell of cigarettes and people sleeping on the street and graffiti everywhere. Oh, so beautiful. So Malaki, thank you so much for the compliment. I do appreciate it. I don't know why sponsors rather have a woman with a long flowing dress looking out towards the sunset and sponsor them instead of me over here. But, talk to those marketing people. They still like Instagram. Apparently women with long flowing dresses looking out to the sunset still sells a lot of Samsung phones and Squarespace websites. Catherine says, Ariel could sell ice to an Eskimo. Oh, let me tell you about the ice. I got some nice ice. This ice is so good it's almost a vice. And I think it will suffice. Audrey says, oh, solution, you need a long dress. Maybe that is the solution to get all the big sponsors. Samsung. Who else is a gigantic sponsor in a lot of videos? Samsung pays a lot to some sponsors. They paid Casey Neistat, I think, upwards of $500,000 for one video, which is crazy amount. SVL says that's another reason I get killed. It's the second best thing to dress. Yes, indeed. A flowing kilt and me looking off to the Scottish sunset, that might be good for Samsung for $500,000. So here's Joe's Pizza. LaShawn says, I heard you. Hey, LaShawn, nice to see you here. So one of the best pizzerias in New York, in my opinion. Very classic pizza. And it was featured in Spider-Man. Right here. Let me show you inside.
Go, man. I'll take
Poor Joe has a very drunk, aggressive man in the front. I saw Brad Pitt in a jeans commercial in Japan, says Catherine. Yeah, and Brad Pitt's actually now, he did a very expensive commercial for the espresso machine company. What's their name? Starts with the D. Are the trees changing in Central Park? Not yet. There is like a tree watch that you can subscribe to, but not yet. Is it Lavanza that Brad Pitt is being sponsored by? That's a good question, S Fields. Yeah, is it Lavanza? It's a very, very big brand. That's what I know. DeLonghi, yes, thank you so much. I think it's DeLonghi. I think it was sponsored by. No slices, says McCulley's. Slices are in Joe's, yeah. And here's the Audible Theater. Luckily, the theater is very audible because they used to have issues. People will walk into the theater and not hear a thing. And no, the actors were speaking, it's just they couldn't hear a thing. But luckily, they ended up getting Audible. They downloaded the app, got 3 months free, downloaded a great ebook, and suddenly they can hear everything. This video has been sponsored by Audible. Buy yourself an ebook, and suddenly you can hear the world. I find it funny that Audible has bought that theater. For people who don't know, Audible is an app for audiobooks. Frank. Frank, have we missed you? Frank always chasing the ladies in the most inappropriate of places. Frank is the bigger one. Frank and his new thing is having an argument. So some trees are indeed leafing right now. Myrna says she's a cheap date. I think Frank might have found love. Right there. Nide says, have I been to Frankie's? I don't recall that restaurant. Where is it? Does sound familiar. So here's MacDougal Street. Evie, do I have an espresso machine at home? Yes, I do. That's why I usually drink every day, is espresso. I make it fresh, and I have a grinder, coffee grinder, so I grind my beans fresh daily. Where's Bob these days? We'll find him. Annette is asking about Bob the pigeon. All right, so McCulley's and a few others wanted to see Washington Square Park. Will officially end at Washington Square Park. Nahid says, what machine do I have? I have Breville. Forgot the name of the model. Will come back to me. A Breville machine. Kate says Bob was in your garden. Oh, he went over to Ireland. So we got a tour group over here. Ronald says, why be doing bonus 360 videos of the beautiful scaffoldings of New York? That's a great question, Ronald. It definitely is worth a 360 video so you can see every direction. So a new update here in New York. The sirens aren't working out, so they decided to use now the Mr. Softy song for the sirens. That's what you're hearing right now. It's beautiful sounds. See? I like that. This is a great upgrade, New York. I like this upgrade. Everyone, give thanks to the mayor. He. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh. Ah. Oh. No. Sorry, everyone. I was mistaken. It was just an ice cream truck, an actual one. All right, never mind. Take back those thanks from the mayor. The mayor does not deserve any thanks. It was a false alarm. LaShawn says, finally your tax dollars are working. Nope, false alarm, LaShawn. Your tax dollars are still not working. False alarm, sorry. Sorry about that. Just make mistakes from time to time, and it's okay. It's okay to make a mistake in life. You'll be okay. Leanne says, false alarm, you're laughing.
Oh no, look! The annual
Girl in the Curl says, Ariel's showing his hardcore New Yorkness. Hey, Kate, thank you so much for shouting out my Patreon. Everyone, to all the Ireland videos. Not all of them will be posted publicly. Actually, almost maybe one or two will be posted publicly out of them. So if you want access to all the 360 and bonus vlogs I've done, become a patron, patreon.com/urbanist. Or press that join button on YT, press that become a supporter button on FB. By the way, Facebook is very desperate for money for some reason, so now they're giving me a bonus of $20 for every new supporter I get on Facebook. So if you want to become a supporter and donate $5, I'll get 20, and you can cancel it. You can cancel it. You're basically giving me 25, but you're only spending 5. So if you want to do that, feel free to do so. Yeah, Facebook is literally doing that now for supporters. Every supporter I get 20 extra dollars from it. So welcome to beautiful Washington Square Park. George says he's still live streaming. Indeed, I am, George. Hola, ¿dónde saludos de Puerto Rico? Hey, Teresa, bueno verte otra vez. ¿Cómo está todo? Lluvia de bendiciones. Lynn says now Ariel can let his true feelings come out. Disgruntled drummer behind you. No, it's not the disgruntled drummer. Is it? Let's see. Let's investigate. No, he's not here. Wow. A lot of oregano here. And no, I'm not talking about the pizza oregano. This oregano may compel you to eat pizza. But this is a very different oregano. Oh, wow. I'm almost gonna get second high oregano from here. I'm feeling a little bit woozy. If I spend any more time here, I'm going to start discussing philosophy. This live stream is going to turn from a fun romp to a philosophical discourse on the transcendental nature of our human souls. If I spend any more time here, my third eye will open because of all the oregano. Oh, here's this woman again. She's always here. Scuba Cat says, I realize how weird it is that I'm watching people hang out. It is. It is inherently weird. Live video. But all art is weird. It's weird that people go stand in front of a bunch of paint on the canvas. It's weird that people read a book that a dude wrote or a woman wrote, locked up in the room for a few months. Life is weird. I think it's all the oregano is speaking. Look, they're doing ollies on the pizza. Ooh. Yeah, that guy got to play more Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Lynn says, I need... Don't we all? I think it's cool to watch people live, says Bad Angel. Oh yes, us human beings are social. Yes, indeed. My heart out goes to anyone who is in the tough points where they can't hang out with others. MK says, I'm crying, laughing so hard. Someone please quick get MK on YT an oxygen tank. She's running out of air because of intense laughter. Someone ASAP gives her. Earl, do you have any oxygen tanks with you? No, he just has a lot of nuts. All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast, exploring New York City in a very, very serious way, talking about serious topics, you know, because this show, we don't joke around at all. So let's end this show on a high note, everyone, okay? 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much, everyone. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. A good high note. I'll see you Saturday and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.